And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. How are we?
Good morning.
What's going on, Paul Lash?
It's Wednesday.
It's
Sun is shining.
Wednesday. The sun is shining.
Yesterday was actually not a bad day. It was actually fairly warm outside.
It was fairly warm, yeah. It was very nice, actually.
It was nice until the nighttime came. Then, of course, it gets cooler at night.
Well, it's what happens this time of year, Paul.
I know. Yeah. Then, of course,
It's what happens.
then the house gets cold. The house gets cold inside. It's actually colder inside than it is outside.
Yeah. So, anyway, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the week. There's not a lot going on,
I know. It's
stuff
quiet.
like that.
It's quiet.
We do have the elections coming up fairly soon.
Yeah.
We have Wayne Malin, the Republican candidate for first selectman, in on Friday.
Yeah.
So he will be here. From what I understand, he also invited his selectman running mate, Martin McKinney.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
It's going to be a tight area because we have our.
Well, I mean, we don't know. I mean, who's McKinney may come or he may not.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you got Brianna in here too, right? Is her name Brianna?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, maybe she's got some questions. She's a business owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that is going on Friday. We have a lot of let's see, Friday night is homecoming for Grizzle High School. We'll be there against Weaver. So we will
should be weather should be fine.
Friday night, but then Saturday, guess what?
Well, I think they're saying it could be possibly that Saturday afternoon it'll start to rain, but it's going to rain for like 2 or 3 days.
I know.
It's like, what the hell?
Just in time for the weekend. Again.
I think it's supposed to rain until Monday.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is what we want, more rain.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it seems to happen only on the weekends.
I think we had like 10 inches of rain in September.
Mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, what the hell?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Then we have Grizzle Youth Football on Saturday. Saturday.
Oh,
it's senior night, so it's actually homecoming for Grizzled High School Friday night. Then it's senior night for Grizzled Youth Football as they take on Plainfield on Saturday.
That would maybe a little tough.
Oh, you mean as far as the weather is concerned?
Yeah.
Well, it's rained every freaking weekend anyway.
Oh, they still play, huh?
Oh, yeah, and we're under tarps or whatever. I mean, and umbrellas.
Well,
do the best you can.
Do the best you can. Yeah. We live in
La Vida Loca, man.
We live in the rainforest.
Lately we have, yeah.
I mean, just look around at the vegetation and how it's growing.
Yeah, my front yard.
I mean, vegetation with weeds and crazy trees and crazy this, and I think the bugs are different too. I mean, I think there's a lot more bugs coming in the house than
they're saying there's an influx of stink bugs in
Connecticut. Yeah, I had seen one. There was one. I seen one as I was walking in the house. I kicked them out, but I did see one the other day. Yeah.
Come up to the microphone if you're going to talk.
Yeah. Talk about stink bugs.
Yeah. I remember when there was a lot of silverfish one year.
Oh, did you? Yeah. So, there's not much happening. I noticed now we're going to have a third candidate for president, independent.
Oh, and who's that going to be?
Kennedy.
Oh, he's going independent, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So, I don't remember the last time we actually had a formal independent candidate. Well, did he run under independent or was he a libertarian? No, he was independent.
He was independent.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
I don't think independent was a party then, though.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting because I think a lot of people are sick of both the Democrats and the Republicans. It'd be interesting to see how he makes out.
He's
got some pretty good ideas. I mean, I've listened to him a couple of times. So,
would you vote for him?
I don't know. I'd have to listen to more of what he's got to say before I would, But I think a lot of people are starting to listen to the guy. So,
who, Kennedy?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look what's going on today in the House. They can't even come up with a speaker, for Christ's sakes.
A lot of talking, though.
Oh, he did. Christ. Oh, man.
Yeah. So
everybody's complaining about this one, talking about Israel, that one talking about the Palestinians. It's like, what the hell? You can't talk about this, you can't talk about that.
It's
Fighting among themselves.
this whole thing with Israel and Hamas. I mean, I'm not, any kind of anywhere near being an expert on this stuff,
No.
But it's almost biblical.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it,
it's going on for years,
right? But I mean, you mean the wars down there?
Yeah,
2,000 years.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, well, is this what they're talking about in the Bible?
Well, who knows?
I mean, I don't know. The Battle of Armageddon. You don't know. I mean, you have no idea. I mean, the world is crazy. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean,
the world is crazy.
I mean, you've got China who wants Taiwan.
Yep.
United States goes, oh no, but but they're also friends with Russia.
Yeah.
Russia is giving Iran weapons and money.
No, Iran is giving Russia. Russia doesn't have any money.
Yeah. I thought it was the other way around.
I mean, I think North Korea is supplying Russia with weapons.
Really?
Yeah. That's why he visited Russia. He went by train. He doesn't fly.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's what the world we live in is crazy. And then Iran is already threatening Israel. Why do we have to have our nose in everything?
Well, we are world.
Yeah. Well, we
world
stick
police.
our nose. We stick our nose in some.
Team America, world police.
We stick our nose.
America.
I know. We stick our nose in places sometimes we shouldn't be sticking our nose in.
But we do.
And we have a leader who's weak. Everybody knows it. I don't care. Unfortunately, right now it's noticeable that he's weak. The guy can't even talk, for crying out loud.
Did you even Trump and he went on he was really ridiculing Joe in a speech a couple of days ago.
Yeah, he's not doing.
He goes, "You look to the right, there's steps. You look to the left, there's steps. That's how you get off the stage." He didn't know.
I know. It's just a shame that they're still keeping him in there, and he's going to be in there for another freaking year. Yeah. And he's only getting worse. He's not getting any better. Yeah. I mean, we all know how dementia works. If you don't get better from dementia.
Yep.
I don't
know. Tracy says we can stick our nose in things when we aren't the laughing stock of the free world. It's a scary world right now.
Yeah,
it is. It's very scary.
It's very scary because we have no clue. I mean, look at the people coming across the border. We have no idea who's coming across. No, none. Whatever happened in Israel could happen here.
Scott Fryer says, I liked it when we had no wars, $2 gas, and mean tweets.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a big difference between today and just 2017. Yeah. 2016, 2015.
Yeah.
It's like a totally different place.
Yeah. We've gotten definitely worse. I don't. Well, they're saying Obama's in the White House anyway. So.
What do you mean?
Well, they say Obama's the one that's running the show.
I haven't heard that.
Yes. Yeah.
Who's they?
I mean,
Mad Magazine?
No. They say he's got an office in the White House. He's pulling the strings. Yeah. He wanted to be elected again.
He could technically get in.
I don't think he can.
If he gets put in or if he gets installed as the vice president.
Yeah, but then you got to get rid of Harris, and I don't think that's going to happen right now.
No, I'm saying if he did.
Oh, he could. Yeah.
He could essentially become
another president. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, he could. I don't know how many people really want to see him get in.
Oh, I know, but I'm just talking about.
It
can be done.
Yeah.
It can actually be done.
Yeah. I don't care. I just hope that we have somebody that gets in there that knows what the hell's going on and, doesn't play politics.
They're all going to play politics, Paul.
Yeah, well,
every single one of them, they're going to play politics. They do it on the local level. They do it on the national level. They do it on the state level.
Yeah.
I mean, how old are you now? Has that ever changed?
No.
It's probably not going to change after we're gone.
True.
We all may be gone at the same time, depending on what happens.
Well, that's true.
One bum, two bum, three bum, boom.
Yeah. Now they're writing stories about Putin being seriously ill.
They've been saying that for 2 years.
I know
that he's had brain cancer,
some kind of cancer. Yeah.
So
yeah.
But who knows? They were saying Kim Jong Il was.
Yeah, they say he was sick too, but
all of a sudden, boom, he's back.
Yeah, but they say his sister is worse than he is. So
that's what they say. And boy, we're lucky to have him back. Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Her sister's worse than he is.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because he's back.
Yeah, for now, until she decides she wants to be in charge and he's gone. He unexpectedly falls to the ground.
So, and he's a relatively young man too. So he's what?
Yeah, but he's got
late
some
30s or
serious health issues.
Yeah. So anybody in Chatland out there, if you have any comments about where do you think this world is going, and let's say hell in a handbasket, because that would be
it's not going in a very good place. And you kind of wonder what's going to happen now with this Israel thing and Palestine and the whole trouble in the Middle East. What's going to happen with the price of oil?
It's already going up.
Yeah. So
Tracy says nowhere positive as far as where the. Good morning, Sabrina. She goes, the world is crazy. For as many good people there are people on the opposite spectrum and just scarily bad. There's a lot of constructive discussions to be had, but educating yourself on everything is important. One-sided and flat-out wrong information is easier to find than the truth these days.
Yeah, I think what's happening is a lot of people are just not listening to the news and staying away from what's going on in the world because there are people who, if they listen to all this stuff, they're going to be scared. They're going to be they're not going to be able to live. They're going to be nervous. What's going to happen? So I think a lot of so it's time will tell. Hopefully things will get better, but before they get better, they're probably going to get worse. So,
but how much worse?
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing with the Gaza Strip has been going on for years.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
That's nothing.
This is nothing new.
Nothing new. I mean, they fight and then they
stop,
and then they fight and then they stop. So, although this time it's like 12 or 1,400 people, I think, got killed.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at a lot of the a lot of the headlines that are out there, they're saying there's nowhere safe.
No,
there's nowhere safe, and it's. I guess the guy who's leading Hamas is Mohammed Deif.
Yeah, they're after him. Yeah. So, of course, we got to be there because, there's a lot of Jewish Americans in those countries that came from Israel. So, yeah. I mean, I think, what's his name? Lamont ordered the flags at half staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Even Israel, some of their shelling hit South Lebanon.
Oh.
So do they get involved? They only have like 6 planes, so it doesn't matter.
I mean,
nowhere to hide in Gaza. Please to Hamas over hostages.
Yeah, there's a lot. They got quite a few of them, and I think there's some Americans involved with the hostages too.
Huh?
There are Americans in that list of hostages.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know really where to go with that conversation because I'm not
Well,
a world news expert. I'm not an expert on anything really. Because what's this show? It's really a show about nothing. We just kind of talk about stuff.
Yeah.
That hopefully has some value to the people that take part. And when I say take part, I mean take part because this is not about us. It's about you guys. And talking a little bit. And who knows? Maybe some good ideas come out of this. On a local level.
Yeah.
That can be exemplified. So
yeah.
Oh. So let's get into the let's talk about the election for a minute here in Griswold.
Sure.
Well, Plainfield. Let's put it this way. There's Kevin Cunningham is running again.
Yep.
For his 72nd term. And then he's being opposed by the Board of Finance Chairman Tom Sinkowitz.
Yeah, which was in here.
Yeah, we had Tom in here. We've had them both.
Yeah,
we've had them both. So, I've heard this on both sides. Well, especially on the Republican side.
Yeah,
it's like the town is happy and doing well under Kevin Cunningham.
Yeah.
Why change?
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Well, there's probably people on the other side that don't like what he's doing. So there's always going to be there's always going to be opposition to whoever's the incumbent.
It's the same thing in Griswold. It's like, well, if you're doing a good job, why change, right?
Right.
And so we'll talk about that in a minute because there's some interesting developments as far as the Griswold first selectman race.
Okay.
We'll do that in a second right here on SNSN.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Do you use your debit card for everyday purchases? If so, find out how you can earn rewards for that activity with Kasasa Cashback checking from Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Why settle for a boring checking account when you can Kasasa? Check out our Kasasa Cashback checking and find out how easy it is to earn rewards. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com or stop by any of our branch locations today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank, member FDIC. Do you Kasasa?
My name's Rich Grabowski. I am the Democratic nominee for the position of selectman here in Griswold for the coming election on November 7th.
And I'm Tina Falk, candidate for first selectman for the town of Griswold, endorsed by the Democratic Town Committee. We are committed to easing stress on Griswold's children, family, and seniors by working hard to obtain development, grants, and fiscal responsibility.
We are the team that will restore unity in our community.
And most of all, don't forget to vote on November 7th.
Paid for by the Griswold Democratic Town Committee, Linda Cody, Treasurer.
Buy better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns.
Are you tired of resetting passwords, getting locked out of websites, and listening to hold music for days? Do you really think 15 minutes is enough time to spend ensuring your biggest investments? The Burns Agency is here to help with in-person real-time customer care for all your insurance needs. Buy better with the Burns Agency for auto, home, business, and life.
Right insurance at the right price. You buy better, it burns. You buy better, it burns. You buy better.
Family Motors has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
Super Center. Auto Super Center.
Wow. What's a super center?
Well, apparently it's Strain Family Automotive.
I mean,
Strain Family Motors.
I've heard of Walmart super center.
No. This doesn't even compare.
That's what I mean.
Walmart doesn't even compare. This is local. I
mean, I don't know what a super center is. What does that mean?
It just means it's a center that's super. And I believe they're super.
Oh.
So they're a super center.
With Superman.
That has been argued. So anyway, we would hope that everybody would go ahead and patronize our sponsors and our supporters here at SNSN. So we would certainly appreciate that. So, and one of the, I get this. I'm going to get into the election in a second, but I get this all the time, and I got this last night too. I'm going to talk about it just for a second. And so, Scott, hold on to your hat. Lady pulled up to the stop sign in front of my house, and I was outside. This is yesterday, and she starts kind of like barking at me. Why aren't you up there doing the game? Doesn't SNSN do that anymore? I'm like, what game? I guess I don't know if it was volleyball last night. I think maybe it was. I don't know. But anyway, and I looked at her and I said, we'd love to. Absolutely would love to. But it's not possible most of the time. Why? All you got to do is go in there and show a camera. And I went, well, yeah, that's essentially true. And I said, but it's a lot more than that. People come in, we commentators get paid. Camera people, they get paid. And if there's no revenue covering that, then, and I said this to it really just in this vein. I said, I don't know, what the possibility is there. Well, you should just do it as a community service. And I went, I understand. I understand what you're saying. It was volleyball last night. The other station, were they even there? GSPN, I don't even know if because they haven't even done the last couple of home football games. So anyway, and I was, I thought I was nice, I wasn't gonna, mince words. And I just said, it's just not, it's not financially possible, And I said to her, she goes, well, you should do it. And I said, well, it sounded like she'd smoked a pack of Luckies, And I said, well, if it's just a camera, why don't you do it? I ain't got the time. Oh, okay. So there you go. I said, if you were getting compensated, would you have the time? I ain't got the time for this. I said, okay. I said, well, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. It's not that we don't. I said, we love the kids. But it's hard to, just get up and go, during the evening, early evening, and spend a few hours away just because we love the kids. And I mean, although that's a great reason, I love watching them play and stuff.
Yeah.
It does not make very good business sense to do so.
True. So, I don't know. I guess people misinterpreted what you really do.
Well, this is the reason why we got away from the Wolverine Radio moniker to SNSN, because I've said it before, it's like separation of church and state.
Sure.
They don't own us. Some people thought that Griswold Public Schools or the town of Griswold owned us, but we're just a private entity like Dean's Corner, Charlene's Diner.
Yeah, I mean,
anybody else.
Thankful to the local businesses that you're able to bring the sports that you have.
And I did say, I said, well, I said, you could, I said, ma'am, you could, I didn't know who this was. And I said, you could sponsor or support these broadcasts.
Oh,
yeah, well, I guess I could, huh? And that was it. Well, have a good night. Crickets. And I'm like, okay, and that's fine. So am I telling this story because, I want people to support? No. I'm telling the story because I would like to have people understand that we would love to do it, but I can't just walk into Dean's Corner and tell them that I'd like 3 eggs scrambled, toast, ham, coffee, a bowl of grits, and maybe a couple of pancakes on the side, and then just say, hey, thanks, and walk out. Where are you going? It's public service.
Well, I think what people need to understand is
So it's not about that. It's, it's just,
it's no different than any of the major networks that appear on television. How many sponsors do you see come on? How many commercials do you see during the live broadcast?
Yeah.
I mean, drives you nuts. But if they weren't paying for it, you wouldn't be able to see the sports that are being televised because the sponsors are paying for it. But,
and it is a shame, but you can only do what you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Let's see here. Chris, good morning, Chris. Oh, hey, Chris, by the way. Amy brings up a good point. She goes, speaking of local business, is a shame about Sorrells. Well, actually, Amy, it's a shame about a lot of businesses. I guess the Sorrells restaurant situation is, just more in the forefront because Bert is very public, about and how he supports and what he does, and and he puts it right out there, which is great. Honestly, I am more concerned about Bert's health than the restaurant right now, to be honest with you, or getting a pizza delivered from Sorrells. He's got some complications, and I just I'm personally more concerned with his health, more so than his restaurant right now. And I think if you would ask him, he would probably say the same thing, even though he looks like he's doing well right now. I'm not worried about getting a pizza from Sorrells. I'm more concerned about the health of this great entrepreneur in this town, and he's a freaking genius. I don't care what anybody says. Bert is a freaking business genius. He knows how to work the system. He knows how to work the room. So, and he did it, and you got to commend him for that. But it took a lot out of him, and now he just needs to rest and relax, recoup, and then I'm sure he'll come back.
I'm sure,
somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so get well soon, Bert.
Mm.
But a good question. Yeah. You can get pizza anywhere. You can't get Bert Sorrell everywhere. Look at it that way.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the election. Let's kind of get into that a little bit. So people are, they're going back and forth. Oh, Amy, you don't have to apologize. I know what you were going at. I mean, it's all good. I mean, but I was just telling you my situation on that, or my thought and feeling. So we have a Republican endorsed candidate, and we have a Democrat who's endorsed, or I should say, the Democratic Party has endorsed a candidate who is unaffiliated, which is not anything to me that's strange, because a few cycles ago, the Democratic Party actually cross-endorsed Kevin Skolchak.
Yeah.
So, so it's not something that's unheard of. So on the Democratic side, you have Tina Falk, and on the Republican side, you have Wayne Malin. And it's Malin, not Malin. Like your thing you get in your box, from the postal worker. Yeah. Mail in the box. Mail in. Malin.
Gotcha.
There you go. So I have a weird way of remembering things. So then there's Dana Bennett, who is still running and now as a write-in candidate.
Right. Yep.
So we're having a debate on the 23rd. It's going to be the Republican and the Democratic candidate only. The reason why we did not extend an invite to Mrs. Bennett is simply because of some questions that we asked of other organizations like the Women League of Voters. What is the appropriate thing to do? So we did that. I know the current first selectwoman is maintaining a campaign and is posting signs, out, in the public.
Yeah.
And she was actually on a cable access show.
Yes, she was.
And which, I mean, all good. And I watched part of it, but then I was like, who's running for first selectman? Is it Dana or Ed Burdick? I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I mean, so, but if you watch it, that's actually the impression that I got. I like Ed. Ed's a hoot. But I got a little confused from it and who was running. I don't know. And any thoughts about that, Paul? You're pretty quiet right now. You're kind of like leaving me to the ducks to roast.
Well, I'm not sure where you're going with this whole thing, so I'm kind of letting you run.
I think where I am going with it, and this is, and this has never been anything that's personal. I've said this for the last 2 years, because I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen Dana and her husband, Dave, out in the public, where it has nothing to do with town business or nothing. And they're very nice.
Yeah.
They're very nice people. And she's very friendly, and that's it. There's, as a person, I remember going home one night and telling Melissa, going, Dana's pretty cool. She's, and she was cracking jokes one night at a meeting, after a meeting. It had nothing to do with anything, and it's like, okay, fine. But when it comes to the business of first selectman, and this has nothing to do with her, it has all to do with the residents.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Republican Party endorsing a candidate.
Mm-hmm.
It went to Wayne Malin.
Yeah.
Was it split?
No.
I think it was like 11-9. It wasn't a landslide by any stretch of the imagination as far as the vote is concerned.
Yeah.
So there's that. So I'm thinking, well, if I'm the first selectman, I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, it's pretty close. We're going to primary this.
Yeah.
So they did. So the two candidates from the Republican side had a primary. So after the town committee spoke, the residents got to speak.
Yeah.
And on the Republican side, voting for Republicans, only Republicans could vote in this primary.
Yeah.
Wayne Malin won that as well.
Yeah.
The residents have spoken.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. And it's like, what do you think? Again, you're leaving me out there like a duck, because Paul doesn't want to say anything to piss anybody off.
No. That's.
Well, let Minarski do that.
Well, I don't know where you were going with this whole thing.
It's evident where I'm going with it.
Well, we've repeated this,
It's time to say, okay, enough is enough.
Well, when you say enough is enough, does that mean that you're saying that she should not be running? That's her. She can.
It's up to her to run.
She can make. She made the decision.
Yes.
That she wants to run as a write-in candidate, and she can do that.
And I will say, my mother always taught me when I was growing up, Mike, exhaust every avenue.
Yeah.
Exhaust every avenue.
Well, she's
So she's exhausting every avenue.
right. I mean, she probably liked the job being the selectman, So she figures, well, I don't care. I never got endorsed. So what? I can still run.
Yeah.
I mean, which is
It's
a
her
lot.
right.
It's her right to do so. So she's going to do that, which is, you're going to do what she wants to do. So the other two candidates now are going to be competing against her. So it's going to be interesting to see how many votes she gets, and is she going to take it away from either party? Because now you have a third. It's no different what's going on today in the federal election, where you have an independent guy now go running as a independent. So what
you're doing is you're dividing the pie from
exactly
2 to 3.
It's 3 ways.
So let's say you got Trump, Biden, and Kennedy. Right. Kennedy is a Democrat, right?
No, Kennedy's
a Republican.
Kennedy's an independent.
Okay. What was he before that? Wasn't he a Democrat?
Yes, he was.
Okay. So what's going to happen there? He's going to take votes away from Biden.
Probably. Or he's going to take votes.
Opening the door probably
take away votes from Trump.
I don't think so.
I think so.
You think so?
Trump does not have a very good. A lot of people hate.
I'm not talking. We don't even know if Trump even has the nomination.
No, we don't even know.
You know,
we don't
know.
All
I was going to say is he's going to. I don't think he's going to take away from the Republican nominee. I think he's going to take away from because he's been associated with the Democratic Party. Yeah. Really, his whole family has been the entire run.
Yeah.
So if you have that going on, that all I was going to say is that really opens the door for the Republican nominee, whoever that may be.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
We don't know. I mean, like getting back to our local one, she has every right to run as she wants. And we'll see what happens when it's like only like 2 or 3 weeks out now, decision will be made to who the next selectman is going to be, But that's, all the candidates are saying, we want to do more economic development. We want to more do this. We want to more do that. They're telling us what they want us to hear. Everybody's concerned about economic. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. How are you going to do the job? That's the important thing. You're going to walk into that office on November or whatever. I'm not even sure when that takes place. You're going to walk into that office, and that's where you need to step up and act like a selectman.
All right. So here's the reality. Okay. So let's say that you and I, we are roommates.
Yep.
Okay. I'm making dinner.
Yep.
I'm making chicken.
Yeah. I don't like chicken. Go ahead.
Well, tough. You don't like chicken?
No. Okay.
So I'm making Paul's favorite chicken.
Oh, okay.
All right, Paul's favorite chicken.
Yeah, okay.
Paul's favorite sides.
All right.
Go along with it, all right?
All right.
So we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a conversation as friends and talk and all of a sudden, oh, you know what? I invited Mike over for dinner too. Now, since there's only 3 pieces of chicken, so now everybody's going to get 1 piece of chicken. Where you maybe would eat 2 because it's your favorite chicken.
I know. Get out of here, will you?
Right? But you can't now. So you're feeling a little, I wish Mike would have made more chicken. Whatever. But no. No.
I see what
you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Okay, so having a third candidate is not necessarily going to bring more milkshake to the yard. You know what I mean?
It's going to take away from somebody.
It's going to take away from somebody. So the question is, who's it going to take away from?
You're right.
Who?
I feel like an owl.
But it's true, right?
No, that is true.
It's, if you can't expect that if you're going to get 8,000 votes that are, let's say, all right, 2,000 votes
Yep.
cast or 3,000 votes,
Yeah.
you're not all of a sudden going to get 5,000 because there's another candidate running.
No, you're not.
No.
No.
It's like putting more water in the Kool-Aid. You're just
you're right.
watering it down.
You're right.
So somebody's going to lose votes. It's like
Yep.
H. Ross Perot, when he
Yep.
jumped in,
Yeah.
he took votes away from the Republican.
No, you're right. No.
So
It's going to be an interesting three-way run. I'm not even sure if her name is not even going to be on the ballot.
it's not.
So it's going to be write-in. So my guess is what's going to happen is the way this town keeps up with what's going on, they're not even know there's going to be a write-in candidate.
Unless, she continues to do
Correct.
what she's doing.
But the majority of this town, people have any clue what the hell's going on. It's obvious.
People don't want to go to a website. You think they're going to write a name?
No,
It's too much work.
exactly.
I'd rather just fill in the dot.
True.
And that, honestly, is a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, because people don't know. No, you're right.
Didn't happen because it didn't come up
Yeah.
in the news feed.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. How many people actually write in a number? And I don't think there's going to be a lot of people voting anyway, because it's not a major election.
Well, this is the cycle where we'll get less voters.
Yeah, because
It's not a presidential election.
There's
It's not
no
a national
senators,
election.
there's no governor, there's
Right.
no federal people running.
So Sabrina says, for me, it's hard to believe a candidate is in this for what's good for the residents of Griswold when they don't accept what the residents have voted for already. It's not showing support for what Griswold wants, which is kind of what the job is. It's
Well-
nothing personal.
Well, you really can't say that, because the only one the Griswold residents have voted for so far is the Republicans.
Right.
The Democrats didn't run anybody. They just set somebody up to run.
No, I think, but what she's saying here is that, Dana Bennett is part of that Republican machine
Yep.
that did not get the nomination from her party and then lost in the primary.
Correct. But that's the
I think that's what she's speaking to here.
but that's the Republicans that are making that decision. We don't know if there's any Democrats out there that feel that maybe they should
right,
run.
and who knows? Maybe
We don't
she
know.
will-
So it's a kind of
maybe she'll get a lot of votes from the
don't
Democratic
know.
side.
I mean, you got to remember that it was just one-sided, and you don't know why they felt the way they did. So I don't know. I mean, I think to say that people made the decision, no, people will make the decision in November.
Yeah.
That's when the decision will be made.
I can't help but think that the only thing that's going to happen here is that it's the spoiler role. You know what I mean?
You know,
That's I don't know.
that's.
I think it's going to be basically taking votes away from another candidate.
it's
I'm not going to say who I think,
Yeah, that's very
'Cause that's-
possible. Very possible.
Yeah, because that's not something
No, you're right.
that I want to get into.
I kind of agree that's generally what happens when there's three candidates from three different areas
Yeah.
in an election.
It goes back to the whole chicken thing.
one.
It's only three. It's only
Yeah.
three pieces of chicken, man.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely correct. I mean, it's kind
Unless I feel bad for you and Mike feels bad.
and
for
give me
you.
give me your piece.
And
You just eat the size.
Give a like a half
No.
of ours.
No, you just eat the size, and I'll have chicken.
right, but it doesn't make more chicken.
No, but I'll take your chicken.
Whoa, there you go. Welcome to the election.
I'll take your chicken. You can have the size.
There you go.
Yeah.
And who's going to be selectman? And who's going to be first selectman?
Who knows?
Depends on who
You
wants.
know, and like
Depends who wants the chicken.
And like I said, it's very possible that the write-in candidate could be the third selectman or the second selectman. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? We don't know.
Look, I've said it and I said it over and over and over again. The people that are going to win in this election, regardless, is going to be the residents of Griswold. And let me tell you why. Number one, we're going to have a completely different board. Completely different board.
I agree.
Todd Babbitt's not running. Richard Matters is not running.
No.
Okay, so there's 2 right there.
Yep.
So let's say, all right, here's why. You're not going to have any party rule. You're not going to have any party lines. You're going to have an unaffiliated. You're going to have a Republican, and you're going to have a Democrat.
Yep. Yep.
So let me ask you a question, and I don't know the answer to this. Does every party have to be represented?
That's a good question. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Because one gets one, like you say, in the last election with Kevin, both parties. No, yeah, I would think there would be. Otherwise, it would be an automatic shield. What would you have for a vote? I would think they do. Yeah. I would think there's something. Yeah. 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 But
I just sent a text out. So,
yeah, I would think each party has to have some kind of representation. Otherwise,
why does spell check sucks? I spell the word in-I-N. It spell checks to I'm.
yeah, it's they changed as part of the new release. They changed the spell checker. It actually
I
recognizes.
type the word sad. It spell checks it to dad.
Yeah, they did some changes.
It's ridiculous.
It also they also allow you to put in a 4-letter word now too.
Yes,
Yeah, that's part of it.
because it's kind of accepted now.
Yeah, it's kind of accepted. Yeah, I mean the language that comes out of people today.
I remember in the 80s when all of a sudden they started saying hell on TV in the late 70s, early 80s. I'd look at my mother and go, they can say that?
Yeah.
Now they're dropping F-bombs.
Yeah.
Almost going full frontal.
Well, yeah,
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
It's just a human anatomy.
Yeah.
I don't want my 7-year-old watching that.
Well,
If I had a 7-year-old.
well, I think a lot of them, what they do is they put it on after hours. You know, they don't put it on during prime time.
Kids don't go to bed.
Yeah, well,
They stay up on their iPads.
what are they teaching in school? in
Talking
some-
to somebody in
what are they-
California.
What are they teaching to some of these kids in school anyway? Everybody's bitching about it anyway, right?
Come on, how many times have you gone to a restaurant and you got mom, dad, 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
And the 2 kids are sitting there on their tablets.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking. Mom and dad are on their phones. Nobody's talking.
Yeah.
Nobody has any idea what the other's doing.
No.
How was your day? Don't care. I'm on Facebook.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's exactly what happens today.
So,
Yeah.
so anyway, the election is my whole point on the election is that the residents are going to win because you're going to have, if that's the truth, you
Because
have
it's
to have
all new.
You're going to have an unaffiliated. You're going to have a Republican.
Yeah.
You're going to have a Democrat.
Yeah.
You're not going to have party lines. You're not going to go ahead, and be able to nominate somebody for a board,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, you're going to win
Yeah.
because you got, your jabroni camaraderie guy right next to you in the same party going, "Yep, I'm with you."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just hope that people pick the right individuals to do the job. Do who you think to do the right job.
it's the same thing every election.
Yeah.
I think if this election, the way it sits 2 years from now, if it was like this with 2 candidates and a write-in,
Yeah.
maybe it'd be different because more people will be coming to the polls because it's a presidential election.
Correct. Yeah, it's going to be, well, we'll see. We ain't got that much longer to wait.
Huh?
We ain't got that much longer to wait. So we'll
Nope, we don't.
We'll find out. Because I think, don't they, if whoever wins the election, don't they go into office sometime shortly thereafter? They don't have to wait to the beginning of the year.
No. It's pretty much
Pretty quick.
You out.
Yeah, pretty quick.
You out.
Yeah.
Speaking of you out, we out.
We're out?
We out.
Oh my God, look what time it
Yes,
is.
sir. So thanks for joining us. Remember, we are just bringing up things that could be. We don't know. We're not experts. We don't really have much to say about anything. We rely on you to go ahead and steer the conversation the best we can to see, because we want to talk about what you want to talk about. If there is any subject that you want to talk about, drop me a DM. Let me know. And we'll do our best to go ahead and facilitate that. Coming up in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be running candidates on here. On interviews, just because we want people to, hear what, the candidates have to say. And hopefully you will have a a more informed choice. And I think if anybody knows that watches the show, we're pretty much right down the middle. We don't go either way. So got it, get it, good. Thanks, Paul.
See you later.
I will see you on Friday morning.
Yep.
All right. Have a good day, everyone.
It all the time. I love to support local business. Look to a business that also supports the community in return. If you're looking for both of these qualifications, then Winton Automotive on North Main Street, Jewett City should be your choice for auto repair. Ken Winton is local but supports local teams all year long. From oil changes to engine repair, Winton Automotive can do it all. Find them on Facebook or go to a youth sporting event and you'll probably see Winton Automotive on somebody's jersey. Winton Automotive, North Main Street, Jewett City, proud sponsor of Wolverine Athletics.
With a fast pay or easy pay refinance mortgage from Jewett City Savings Bank, you may be able to lower your rate or shorten your term, saving you money over the life of your loan. To give your current mortgage a refresh, stop by your nearest branch or visit us at jcsbank.com to apply online. We make that fast and easy too. Jewett City Savings Bank. Your life, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Miranda Mahoney from Grizzle Pride. Are you a current substance user or care about someone who is? We are losing more and more people every day. It's time we started using new ideas and resources to keep our loved ones alive. You can keep you or your loved one alive by never using alone, carrying Narcan, and using fentanyl testing strips. Grizzle Pride and Matt's Mission are here to support all of you. Using harm reduction supplies can and will keep you alive. Contact us on our websites or social media, grizzlepride.org and mattsmission.net. Remember,
it's safe to visit the dentist. In a word, yes, especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
Buy better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns.
Are you tired of resetting passwords, getting locked out of websites, and listening to hold music for days? Do you really think 15 minutes is enough time to spend insuring your biggest investments? The Burns Agency is here to help with in-person real-time customer care for all your insurance needs. Buy better with the Burns Agency for auto, home, business, and life.
Right insurance at the right price.